Work hard, play hard. Lumaki ako na ang pride ko sa sarili ko ay meron akong Mamba mentality. Lumaki ako na ang pride ko sa sarili ko ay hustle and grind culture. Lumaki ako na ang pride ko sa sarili ko is no one can outwork me mindset. And since I didn't have the resources or connections growing up, I felt na ito lang yung paraan para kaya ko sumabay kahit kanino. Hindi naman ako ganun kagwapo, hindi rin naman ako ganun katalino. So, kailangan kong galingan in terms of putting hard work in to make sure na kahit kanino ako tapat or kahit saan ako ilagay, kaya ko mag-fluster or kaya ko manalo. It was the only way that I thought that I can be successful is if, mag-work hard ako. And maybe it's not my fault. Maybe growing up, I also felt na it was something that naipasa sa akin, na magtrabaho ka maigi, galingan mo magtrabaho ka, work hard for you to become successful. And the time na unang beses ko itong makita for me, I didn't have a proper job. I wasn't employed. Therefore, I had all the time in my hands. And so for me, it was all about working hard every second while I was still alive. And it's not all that bad. Because of working hard, I can say that I have left everything out on the field. Because of working hard, I also realized na I am resilient, I am excellent, and I'm committed in whatever I want to achieve in my life. Because of working hard, I became competitive with myself. Sobrang gusto ko lang maging better every single day. But now I realized that I was just really working hard because I was trying to prove a point. A point na, sabi ko sa inyo kahit kanino ako ilagay, kaya ko. But I am done with it. I realized that I don't want to be right about hard work is a super skill. And don't get me wrong, mahalaga pa rin mag-work hard. But if ang goal ko talaga is yumaman or maging successful dito sa buhay na to, then working hard is not the priority that I should be looking at. If I truly want success in my life, working hard is not the way to go. As much as I thought it was. If katulad din kita, well, I just want to say that it's not your fault. If you were also programmed to think that this is the only way to be successful in life, it's not your fault. Before, kailangan naman talaga ng working hard. Before, kailangan mong lumabas tapos mag-hunt para makakain ka. Before, you need to earn your freedom. You need to work so that pag nakatapos ka na mag-work, makakapag-retire ka na. Before, you had to climb the ladder. And working hard might be the best solution for those things. Our species work hard to survive. We didn't have any options. And it's okay because people back then were not aware of what's possible for them. But the internet changed that. Now you can have access to information that will allow you to get the same results but in much shorter time. Now you can have access to the world's current and historically greatest minds that has ever lived in this world. You can have access to their journals, their tips, their tricks, their strategies, anything that could get you to the same result that they had before, and now you can do it in a much quicker time. Now, because of the internet, you have access to anything that you want to learn anytime, anywhere. And with this trend, I can also see that there is going to be an all-time high pagdating sa mga milyonaryo dito sa mundo. Lalo na dito sa Pilipinas. Hindi pa masyadong maraming taong nakakaalam nito. So there's still gonna be a lot of millionaires here in the Philippines na hindi natin ina-expect na pwedeng maging milyonaryo. This is the new economy. An economy that is not dependent on your degree or kung saan ka nag-college. An economy that is not dependent kung sino ang connection mo, kung galing ka ba sa mayamang pamilya. An economy that allows you to work 2 to 4 hours every single day and earn millions in a day. We're seeing the likes of Rosmar, Glenda, Kong TV, Zainab, marami pang ibang influencers and creators na nakakagawa nito. We can also see Chinkitan, Franklin Miano, and other people na hindi dun sa influencer side but andito sa educational side na kumikita ng hundreds of thousands every single day probably. This is what the new economy is. I also have friends that are earning 7 to 8 digits per month nang wala masyadong ginagawa. And nung nakita ko yun, I honestly thought to myself na kung ginagawa nila, gusto ko rin ganun din. Dahil kaya naman ako nagtatrabaho para marami akong pera, para maging successful ako, madala ko yung pamilya ko kung saan ko gusto. But then they're doing it, but less than the work that I'm putting in. So, what am I doing wrong? But then I realized na I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just that I'm playing in the wrong game. If I put my work in, my rep in the right game, in the right strategy, using the right strategy, I could possibly achieve much more than they actually do. This is the new economy, where working hard is not rewarded as much as working smart is. And with that, I'm quitting the hustle culture. Pagod na ako, guys. Ayoko na talaga ng paka-hustle culture. I wanna work less, I wanna earn more, and I wanna enjoy life more. And I'm not gonna talk shit about anyone's lifestyle. Kung masaya ka sa 8 to 5 mo, kung masaya ka sa 24/7 work, hustle and grind culture, and if you think that's perfect for you, then that's perfect for you. Congrats. Basta masaya ka, wala naman tayong problema dito. But if you feel na there's something out there that calls you, or there's a different way for you to earn much more than you can possibly imagine, and spending, let's say, 2 to 4 hours a day on working on it, if there's a different way to do that and you feel like that's for you, then I want you to listen up, because I want to propose you a different kind of business model. And this business model is what we call the knowledge business model. This model is using whatever knowledge that you have, having a sustainable and scalable business from it. And when I say knowledge, I mean any kind of knowledge. If you have knowledge sa fitness, if you have knowledge sa interior design, if you have knowledge of photography, if you have knowledge sa social media, if you have knowledge sa coding, if you have knowledge sa karate, if you have knowledge sa dogs, if you have knowledge sa cats, if you have knowledge sa makeup, if you have knowledge sa microphones or audio, if you have knowledge about being a parent, if you have knowledge about moving on and breakups, if you have knowledge about anxiety and mental health, then this is for you. If you have knowledge about any problem that people already experience in their life and you have solved it, then this is for you. This model is for you. This is for anyone who has solved a problem in their lives. And yes, it's basically for everyone. So the knowledge business model is something that I'm in as well. By the way, I know a lot of people might say, nagbebenta lang to ng course. Then, well, yes and no. Well, unang-una, wala pa. Malapit na, pero malapit na kayo magbenta ng course. But, I just want to be transparent with you guys. But at the same time, who says that it's a bad thing to buy courses online? I have learned more knowledge, more information. I have gotten more skills because of the courses and seminars and knowledge products that I have acquired online. And promise ko sa inyo guys, ROI ako dun. Sure yan. And so, if you want to be in that kind of business model, why not do that for your expertise as well? Why not do it for your knowledge as well? And here's the thing. We can try to wait with the education system na makahabol sila, na ma-adjust yung curriculum nila, na mabago, but it's gonna be outpaced by people who are in the knowledge business, teaching everything that they know, and mas maraming tao ang matututo through this kind of model kaysa sa mga traditional ways natin, which is schools lang. Point is, it's the new wave, it's the new economy. Kung ayaw makisabay, di wag. If you see this for yourself, using your knowledge that you already have, then that's for you. And so, in the knowledge business model, there's basically 3 different pillars. The first one is personal development. Dito pa rin magsisimula yan. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot be in the knowledge business model if wala kang personal development. Merong mga ilan na nakakalusot na nagbebenta ng knowledge, nagbebenta ng expertise, but they're not working on their personal development and hindi rin nagiging sustainable sa kanila. Bakit? Because lulubog-lilitaw sila. Gawin nila yan, tas mawawala na rin naman sila in the future. It's not gonna be sustainable for them. So pag sinabi kong personal development, I always remember this quote. It says, work hard on your job, but work harder on yourself. Ibig sabihin, kahit anong trabaho mo, kahit anong task ang ginagawa mo, kahit anong business pa yan, you work hard on it, but you work hard on yourself. Mas grabe yung effort na dapat binibigay mo sa sarili mo. Bakit? Kasi ikaw ang pinakamalaki mong investment. That's, again, the first pillar. It's the biggest pillar of them all. Because if you do this, okay, even if hindi dito sa business model na to, kaya mo pa rin itong gawin sa ibang business models out there, and you're gonna be just fine. If you are into personal development and you're constantly developing yourself every single day, kahit saan ka ilagay, you're gonna be okay. And so, when I talk about personal development, baka yung iba dito sabihin na, bakit naman may mga artista naman, hindi naman nagpa-personal development. They're still into personal development. They're developing their personalities. Okay? They're developing their communication skills. They're developing their acting skills, being congruent with how they feel and how their faces look the same or in alignment, diba? So, it's still all about personal development. They're still developing themselves in that. But in this kind of business model, the knowledge business model, there's basically 4 parts na kailangan mo i-develop sa sarili mo. First is, of course, health. And in the health, you do not want to be that kind of person who achieves success and then doesn't take care of their health. Mawawala rin yan sa'yo or you're gonna pay it sooner than later. Second is wealth. Of course, any kind of personal development, you need to fix your finances. Mahirap naman kasi magturo about something if hindi mo inaayos din yung finances mo. Siyempre, mas madaling paniwalaan yung tao kung meron talagang results. So, you work on that. And I'm not asking you to be like a millionaire kasi nga, di ba? Kaya ka nga nandito is you wanna check out this business model and see if this is for you. But you also wanna make sure that whatever you have, you're managing it well. You're creating new side hustles. You are looking into investing it. You're protecting it. You're taking care of your wealth. You're taking care of your financial development. So that's one. Next is relationships. You gotta make sure that you develop your relationships as well. Hindi naman pwede na pagdating sa knowledge business na to, okay ka, pero pagdating sa personal life mo, wala rin. You're gonna bring that into your business. So your relationships must be also okay. And the last one is, of course, spirituality development. So you got to be in that space where you are holistically taking care of yourself, hindi lang health, wealth, relationship, but also in a spiritual sense. Ibig sabihin, your relationship with the higher being, andyan yan, whatever you want to call it, just to take care of your faith work, because it will save you a lot of time, especially in this kind of business model. But it's not exclusive to anyone. I honor and I respect everyone's belief. So if hindi yun pasok sa inyo, I'm just okay. But if pasok sa inyo yun, life hack. So those are the 4 pillars of personal development. That's the first pillar. That's the four pillars of the first pillar. Yeah. The second pillar is content creation. In the content creation, this is where you just put yourself out there. This is to make sure that you have digital assets. Digital assets are photos, videos, blogs, posts, anything that you just create online. And mahalaga to because in a few years' time, your resume will be irrelevant. People will start to look at your social media and see na, okay, relevant ba tong taong to? Okay? Credible ba tong taong to? Trustworthy ba tong taong to? Mapagkakatiwalaan pa to? And they're only gonna see that if you have digital assets online. A lot of people are doing that right now. Even the HR na nakakausap ko, they're checking their Facebook, socials, to make sure na mamaya, di ba, meron palang ginagawang kababalagan sa likod to. But that's me also stressing the importance na 5 years from now, people are gonna look at that and it's going to matter. So, check in with your profile. Ano ba mga sinishare mo dyan? And I'm not talking just about creating content for the sake of sumasayaw ka, kumakanta ka, but you're also creating content that is valuable to your audience. Ibig sabihin, you are sharing whatever expertise you have sa mundo. Anything educational, inspiring, not in the sense of entertaining na, but really educational for your audience. Anything. Just show your interest, create content around that, and pwede na rin yan. And para sa mga taong hindi alam kung paano magsisimula, I'll have a different video talking all about content creation in the knowledge business system. Kung gusto nyo yan, comment nyo below para yun ang gawan natin ng content. If interested kayo, just write down some questions. Or if you agree or disagree, let me know as well. And for the content creation, sa mga taong hindi alam kung anong ipopost content, then I always put this way. I say that content creation is basically 3 things. Number 1 is solve a problem. Number 2 is package your solutions. Number 3 is post your solutions online. Content creation is just that. So, kung sasabihin mo sa akin, wala ka pang content na magawa, then maybe, wala ka pang nasa-solve na problema. So, mag-solve ka muna ng problema, document the process, and then package it in a certain piece of content, and then you post it online. That's gonna be your creation. If wala ka pang siguradong content, then document your process. Don't create, document. And the last pillar is sales and marketing. maraming tao tumitigil na sa content creation. Gumagawa sila ng content tapos hindi nila inaaral yung business side of things. If you wanna be good in money, you got to be studying money. If you wanna be good in business, you gotta be studying business. And two of the main factors of businesses are sales and marketing. So, kailangan meron ka ring knowledge about sales and marketing. I'm really grateful that I became a part of a sales agency sa insurance business namin. And lahat ng natutunan ko sa insurance business, kung paano magbenta, dinadala ko lang din sa ibang mga businesses ko, kung paano rin ako nagbebenta doon. So, if you don't know how to, if hindi mo sigurado kung saan ka unang pwede magtrabaho, if you're young, if you're in your 20s and you're not sure kung saan mo gusto magtrabaho, I suggest you take a job in sales, because sales, mababata ka talaga dyan, mas-stretch ka talaga dyan, and makikita mo talaga yung capacity mo to do communication, understand human psychology, and the business side of things. Maaaral mo yan when you get a sales job, no? If hindi naman, magbasa ka lang ng libro. One book that I highly recommend is Influence by the yellow book, no, The Influence. Search nyo na lang yan. Robert Cialdini, something like that. So good. Such a good book. But yeah, sales and marketing, dito na next level ang content creation game mo. If you're a creator and you also want to learn how to monetize everything pero hindi mo alam kung saan magsimula, send me a message. If you have a huge following, send me a message. Meron kaming mastermind around it. Baka pwede ka sumali doon. But the sales and marketing as well as leadership and systems thinking, sobrang lalim pa niyan. But I'll talk about that in a different newsletter or video. Now, my new mission in life is to get people to see the other side of life, wherein you can work 2 to 4 hours a day and still earn a lot of money. I also want to teach people how I earn money and how my friends earn money, how digital influence is going to play in the next few years. And I want to see more Filipinos maximize their online influence talaga. One of the ways that I'll do that is I'll be sending out weekly newsletters where I'll talk about these 3 things: personal development, content creation, and sales and marketing. Hindi ka pa nakasubscribe and you want to get more information, more about this, make sure that you subscribe sa newsletter down below. And I'll also be having some announcements there. Mga upcoming workshops, mga upcoming webinars, and of course, upcoming courses. And ang mga unang makakakuha ay yung mga taong nagbabasa ng newsletter ko. So if interested kayo dyan, sign down below. Let me know what else you want to learn from me. Dahil ako ay pagod na sa hustle culture and gusto ko nang mag-relax lang, mag-ease and flow culture, and then kumita pa rin ng sobrang daming pera. And alam ko gusto mo rin yun, so sama ka dito sa journey natin. If you like anything that I have shared today, please give this video, or kung podcast man to, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, comment down below what are your thoughts, and share this to people that you like. If hindi ka pa nakasubscribe, make sure na nakasubscribe ka to get notified every single week that I'll be having this kind of video. But yeah, maraming salamat. I'll see you guys in the next video.